Okay. Looking at your hands. Oh, I like that. I think we should use a male model today.
Oh my
Ask you
god.
if you would be my wife.
Sherwin. Oh my god. It's funny because it feels like you're getting married now.
Really?
Like I even woke up to a beautiful message from my boyfriend that says dreams come true. It feels like I'm getting married right now.
So actually, this is the wedding dress that you will use for your wedding.
Yes, this is the actual wedding dress that I feel like a princess in. That's how excited I am.
Oh wow.
It took us a while to find the right one.
What? Like, why you want to get married? That's the question.
Because I found my forever. He is the most humble, kind person that I know, and not just to me, to everyone else around me. I've never met anybody like him that everyone loves. My friends, my family, I mean, even my boss, seriously, loves him. But besides that, he compliments me, and I can see myself being like, we're best friends, but we want to grow old together. Like, he's my companion. Well, you know what? He wrote me a letter this morning. He writes one every morning, a little note, every single morning. And the one that he wrote this morning said that dreams come true. And so I want him to know that dreams come true because I'm with you. So I love it, and I can't wait for forever because you are the one for me.
Hi, my name is Sherwin. This is my girlfriend Selena. We've been together for 3 years. We've gone through a number of major obstacles that have strengthened our relationship and have taught us some major lessons. Like, tomorrow isn't promised. Today, I'd like to propose to her. But I'd like to propose and get married to her on the same day. Yeah, you heard right. So today, I make the decision of not letting another day pass without marrying my best friend, my soulmate, my partner. A little about us. Having both gone through years of abusive relationships, we each decided to get on an online dating website. We found each other. The timing and the chemistry created a perfect match. I soon learned that Selena was one of the most inspiring people I had ever met. She had lost over 150 pounds on pure exercise, a lot of P90X, and eating right. This left her with a need to have a very invasive surgery. I almost lost her. I couldn't bear to think what it would be without her in my life. Her family, friends, and I stuck by her day in and day out. She recovered. Then Hurricane Sandy came into our lives. With a 5-foot wave that swept over our lives and our neighborhood, we nearly lost everything. We thank God for keeping us safe. Then the real journey began in rebuilding our lives.
This is the mold and what's happening 15 days after Hurricane Sandy. We either go down here and we scrub all of this mold off, which can be dangerous to our respiratory systems, or we go upstairs and pretend like nothing is wrong. You feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster where you can't even ask for help.
After Hurricane Sandy, it was like undeniable that we wanted to get married. It was one of the most hardest times for both of us to get through, losing all the things that were here in the house, how difficult it was just see all your things just disappear. It almost felt like we lost somebody. We were mourning for days.
It changes you. It changes you in a way to appreciate the people in your life and appreciate the things that matter and not the stuff that you collect or not acquiring more money. And even though I may have tears in my eyes, Hurricane Sandy was a tragedy that changed me in the best way because it helped me get grounded again and find what's important and help me connect to God and my family and my friends again, myself, and understand that there's more to life than just collecting stuff.
You could see how fragile life is. It was almost like a daily routine, just looking at each other and saying, at least I've got you. You gotta do things now. You can't wait until tomorrow to figure out what you're gonna do next. It just kept going back and forth in my mind. As soon as we can, we're gonna get married. 2 years later, we are still trying to rebuild our home. Living with limited furniture and resources, we get by with the hope of one day getting married. Having inspired so many people around her to follow their dreams, to not settle for less, and to achieve what they desire, our family, friends, and I have been working for a little over a year to give Selena the most stress-free wedding we could pull off. From wedding dress, to venue, to reception. It's a huge undertaking, and I can't do it alone. Though she knows nothing about the surprise, Selena has been planning her own wedding without her ever knowing it. We are trying to capture her vision as best as we can. Through every obstacle that Selena and I experienced, we grew closer and closer in love. And we kept saying, I don't want to live another day without marrying you. Our dreams came true. But how did we do it? So the idea came about because I had seen a bunch of different videos for like surprise weddings, proposals, all these different things. I was inspired by a couple of them and I thought, what better thing to do than to surprise the most amazing woman in the world and not just give her a wedding ring, not just ask her to get married to me. Would have the most stress-free wedding she could ever get. Sometimes some doubts went through my mind. I asked Selena a number of times, said, let's get married now. Every time I asked her, she said, yes, let's go, let's do it right now. That kind of proved it to me. I felt like no matter what, it could have been any day. I could have asked her to marry me any single day and she would have said yes. About a year and a half ago, Clary, her best friend, and I started planning. We worked our way backwards. But I can't take a vacation and also do the honeymoon because she wanted to do a whole week and then maybe another week at another time. That's not going to happen if we're going to take 2 weeks off for our honeymoon. I was really pushing to try to get this done early on in the year. The only way I can make it work, I thought, was, hey, let's do it for her birthday. Her mother Sonia and I planned the honeymoon, but Selena doesn't have a passport.
The bearer of this passport is allowed to travel outside the United States. So, what are you waiting for? Travel somewhere, silly. What? I don't have a passport.
I wonder why you need a passport. So for her birthday, she received tickets for a cruise to the Bahamas.
Oh my God.
You happy your mom got you the gifts?
Yes. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed.
Next, we needed the venue for the reception. Selena wanted a tent wedding and reception. And after asking some close friends, we were offered Juve nightclub. We hope we have gotten the tent theme as close as we could get it. The time she would show me a number of things on Instagram and say, hey, look, this is what I would want for the wedding. Oh my God, these rings are amazing. These flowers would be great. And I would send things to Claudia. She would send them to Claudia. Claudia would be sending them to me. She would be talking to her friends at work. Her friends would send me pictures. So we knew exactly what Selena wanted for her wedding. It wasn't like we just figured it out. She kept telling us, little by little. Thanks to my friends at work, we were offered the beautiful Queen's Botanical Garden for the ceremony. Now, how do we get Selena there with a wedding dress on? And how do we get a marriage license? Recently, we were asked to be a part of an online dating interview on the success of our relationship. I took the opportunity to have a gentleman, me, contact Selena, requesting her to be a part of a photo shoot for a magazine on wedding dresses on a budget.
So a week after the interview, Jack, well, the videographer, I guess he reached out to me. He asked me if I had a wedding dress and I said no. And he asked if I would be interested in participating in a magazine article that was like buying a wedding dress on a budget and he'll pay for my wedding dress. And I'm like, well, that's something to take off the list. And maybe I'll really get married next year and I'll buy the wedding dress.
Me and Claudia, we start talking about what are the next steps. We have her start looking at wedding dresses. Her friends are all taking her to see wedding dresses. After many tough decisions and trying on numerous dresses, Selena finally got her dress.
Oh my God! What is that?
That's my wedding dress.
You got your wedding dress for the picture?
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy?
I'm ecstatic. I fall in love with me all over again.
But I don't want to wait a whole year to see it.
You need to, because it's gonna be an amazing surprise.
I never saw the dress till the moment I was going to propose.
The videographer, Jack, told me that it needed to be done like the third week of August.
So Jack actually sent her a number of emails stating the third week of August. And he named it that way because if he would have said August 16 or 8/16, it would have given it away. Like Selena would have been like, that's interesting. Or maybe put two and two together.
I'm going away on vacation to my cruise, remember, to the Bahamas. I told him the second Sunday of August before I went on vacation. Literally the day before vacation.
Selena suggested numerous times that I should enter wedding sweepstakes to see if we would win a dream wedding. Her mom actually mentioned to me that that would be a great idea if it would have been a wedding contest. Why don't you mention it to Selena and just kind of say it in passing? And she came home and said to me,
I told him that we needed to apply to all of the wedding contests that we could.
these are blessings that we're getting. I'm gonna get my wedding dress. This means that we probably get married next year. You know what you should do? Entering into wedding contests. I have a feeling we're gonna win.
So I'm like, oh my God, you need to apply for this contest. Oh my God, apply for this contest. Apply for that contest.
I told her I had and that we were semi-finalists.
Out of 81,615 entries, we've narrowed it down to 10 participants!
Oh my God.
We are extremely happy to inform you that you've been chosen for the semifinals of our wedding contest! Oh my God!
And that's exactly what she did.
Reply to this email. Did you reply?
I haven't yet. I was showing it to you
Go
first.
reply. Filing a current marriage license with the state you're currently living in.
Careful, careful. All right, yes, sir.
Submit everything in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, Sherwood, 2 weeks!
What are we doing here today?
We're getting a marriage license.
Why?
So I could be your forever. Oh my God, I hope we win the contest.
Soon enough, we had a marriage license.
But they wanted to take video of me getting ready in the house. And he was doing bridesmaids on a budget with another person, but she backed up due to a family emergency. And do I have a bridesmaid or a maid of honor? And I was like, oh, my best friend's my maid of honor. I figured, oh my God, I'm gonna have like pictures with the bestie, and we're gonna be in a magazine. It's gonna be so much fun. And it's even better so I don't have to do it alone. The night of the photo shoot, I received an email that Jack couldn't be at the photo shoot. He said he was sending his crew that had been with him for like 10 years.
So without further ado, here's the outcome of our ultimate wedding.
The interview was supposed to be more about the dress and the dress selection and the cost of the dress, and he was asking me a lot of questions about my relationship and who we were.
So what's your fiance doing right now? So sooner or later, he will be looking at the final video for the magazine. So
Yeah.
you know what do you say to him?
So I did find that kind of strange, but I was like, whatever, the article's gonna be honest. It's great. I said, Clary, oh my God, let me show you this message Sherwin wrote. And she saw me taking a picture of the vision board that said dreams come true and the message in my hand. And so she read it and she got all emotional, like she was crying. And I'm like, dude, girl, you're like mad nervous. Why are you so nervous right now? Relax, everything's gonna be okay, it's just a photo shoot.
We start walking out to the area which I had like pre-planned, looked at. I had already told the videographer where he was supposed to go. All our family, all our friends, everybody's there. We're walking over to the space and we already texted the videographer and we tell him, hey, you can start bringing her out.
I get out the car and I literally feel 2 drops of water on my arm. And I was like, girl, bye. I am not going to ruin this dress because I'm using this dress next year for my wedding and it's my dream dress.
Felt like a drop. But no, it's not supposed to rain today.
Everybody's waiting. Everybody's getting ready. Whoa, whoa. Thunder and lightning, baby.
Not easy today.
I wanted explosions, though. I got them. Yeah. Fireworks. Done. We got the grace of the Lord. We got fireworks.
And next thing I know, it starts to pour. Like you would not believe it started to pour. Oh my God.
You drenched right there, buddy. Yo, my man. It's the best feeling in the world.
Everybody got drenched. Before the proposal. Boom. Yo, this is water from heaven. Woo. We getting baptized right now.
Blessed.
That's right.
Blessed, baby.
And I said to people, these are blessings from God. I mean, what else could it be? I don't know why it was raining. And I thought to myself over and over, maybe at some point I'll figure it out why it rained now.
This is the best proposal ever right here, you know? It rained, everybody got wet. She likes going to the beach. There you go.
Photographer came in soaking wet. They were like, do you have a place to be? Can you stay a little longer? Because we kind of want to wait till this passes. We already paid for the permit. And I'm like, yes, because honestly, I'm going on vacation literally the next day. And I'm not going to be here, so we're not going to do this again. My best friend, she was Snapchatting a bunch of videos the whole time. It's like I'm doing crazy stuff and we're having such a great time. And I'm sending these videos to random people in my life because they all knew I was doing a photo shoot.
It's pouring out. We are waiting to actually take pictures.
Raining. It's trying to rain on my parade. Look how amazing I look.
Ooh, princesa, princesa.
Oh my God, it feels like I'm getting married. I just realized that because I'm taking like a photo shoot in this dress and I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I think I'm getting married. It feels like I'm getting married. Everybody had like straight faces.
I had a number of times through my head, do I cancel this? Do I stop this right now? I said, no, I've gone this far. I want to marry this woman. Yeah, some people are getting wet. I'm sorry, they're getting wet. I'm getting married to Selena today. I'm not waiting another day. If by 3:40 it hasn't stopped raining, I'm gonna walk up to the car and I'm gonna propose to her there. At 3:37, it stopped raining. Okay, we're doing it now. So I text the videographer. I text Glady. I said, let's do this now.
All of a sudden, the rain stops and they're like, come on, we gotta go. And I'm like, where is your sense of urgency like for the 2 hours that we've been sitting here?
Okay. Looking at your hands. Oh, I like that. Okay.
And I'm taking pictures and then all of a sudden, he tells me that there's a male model coming.
I think we should use a male model today. True. Yeah, he's in the work, so.
Oh, a male model. Okay, great. On the inside, my face was like, what you talking about? A male model. Like, no.
Oh my God.
How are you? You doing okay?
Oh my God.
Oh, it's you. Oh my God, it's sure. This is like the best thing ever. At first I was thinking, great, I'm gonna have this photo shoot with this magazine article with this guy that I don't know, and no one told me there was gonna be a guy in the photo shoot. This is kind of weird, but I saw Sherwin and I felt like a sense of relief. But then the second thing I'm thinking, oh my God, this is so cool. I'm gonna have pictures of Richard.
Are you surprised?
Yes.
Are you surprised?
Yes.
You would be my wife.
Sherwin. Oh my God.
But he got on his knee and I got excited and I'm thinking like, por fin, finally, he's going to ask me to marry him. Like, why did this happen like a long time ago? But I was excited. I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. Oh my God, this is gonna be such an awesome proposal story.
Win. Oh my God. Of course.
Yes?
Yes.
You said yes?
Yes.
Okay, but here's the thing. I don't want to spend another day without being your husband.
What do you mean?
I want to marry you today.
Sherwin.
Look behind you. Yes?
Yes. It's too much right now.
But they were all there, like waiting for me, and I was like overwhelmed, and I couldn't take it all in.
Did she say yes?
She said yes! Right before the ceremony and during the ceremony, I was very overwhelmed. Like I couldn't even keep a straight face. I was crying the whole time, and of course, tears of joy, but it was overwhelmingly beautiful too. It was probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. I was in love with having a garden wedding. It was in a gorgeous garden. And I have a snapshot of a wedding venue that looks just like the place where my ceremony was.
I'm
Remember to focus on what is right between you and not that part that might seem wrong. In this way, you can ride out all the storms. When clouds hide the face of the sun in your eyes, remember that even though you cannot see the sun, it is still always there.
They were presented Quentin, which is like my child that I've raised since 8 years old. He's my cousin, believe it or not, and Sherwin's son, Sean. Quentin felt an overwhelming sense, it looked like, of acceptance, and he did not have like a straight face. So he was crying the entire time, and I don't think there was a dry eye in the room. It was beautiful.
As part of the family, we recognize Sean and Quentin and a very significant role they play in the ceremony today celebrated. Will the children please step forward? Okay. They would like to present you with a pin as a symbol of the family relationship and in recognition of the hope and joy made visible through the marriage today celebrated. Presenting the gift to you, Selena and Sherwin promise to love you with all their heart. No matter how big you get, no matter where life takes you, they'll always love you. This promise is confirmed as they surround you now with their hugs and kisses and their arms of protection. You place the ring on your bride's finger. Please look at each other and say, with this ring, I thee wed, and pledge my everlasting love. Finger, look at each other and say, with this ring, I thee wed, and pledge my everlasting love. Do hereby declare you are now husband and wife. You may now kiss your lovely bride.
Oh my God, I'm married.
The rain, when it happened, if we would have done the proposal at the time that we said we were going to do the proposal, Selena would have been soaked in the middle of the ceremony. Trust me, that would have been worse. So I'm happy that we all got wet, but that Selena was completely dry and that she looked the way that she wanted to look.
Garter, and my maid of honor speech was mind-blowing. I'm like, seriously, did you write that yourself? It was amazing. The best man speech was beautiful. My dad's dance was awesome. So all those things were great, but 3 things stood out to me the most because it was like surprise after surprise after surprise. And one of them was because you got surprise engaged and married on the same day.
See, we didn't have a bachelorette party. So guess what? We got one for you right now. DJ, hit it!
But it was my husband doing an amazing dance for me with his groomsmen, which is something I kind of hinted in like wedding talks. So it's something that I always joked around and said, you need to do a groomsmen dance for me. But he actually did a groomsmen dance for me and he ended with the Nene dance and it was awesome. That wasn't enough. They sit me down to present a video to kind of say how he did it in a way. And when I saw, because I knew that people helped, but I didn't know how many people helped. When I found out how many people actually helped and like what a labor of love this was, it was mind-blowing.
So I put a video together and I sent it out to everyone so that they knew what was happening or the idea of what was going on. Somehow, some people on Instagram, really famous people on Instagram, got to see the video.
People that I follow on Instagram for inspiration gave me some personal messages.
Her response was undeniably overjoyed. And I thank each and every one of you that sent the video to us, just saying, you know, congratulations.
But if that's not enough, he hired my favorite salsa band to be at the wedding, which is also something I hinted to him before the wedding. Dreams do come true.
Wisdom is
were happy, everyone had a great time, and I think it was exactly how it was supposed to be. There was no way that I could have done this by myself. If I would have done this by myself, she would have figured it out right off the bat. She would ask things that I was like, no. One of her friends would come along and say, no, that's not it. And switch the subject or change it because they knew what was going on. If I would have been the only person trying to get this to happen, she would have figured it out right off the bat. She's super smart. She is very attentive to detail. So the fact that she didn't figure it out was because of the fact that we were all involved. We all took part in making this happen. And that is one of the most amazing things. I thank everybody who was involved in making this happen and keeping it a secret and for making the day so special for Selena and myself. I couldn't have wished anything better on us or even on our friends.
I think it was better than I imagined because this was such a labor of love, not just from my husband, my forever, from my family and my friends. Everyone's love was all tied into it. The fact that I didn't have to stress over planning a wedding or figure out any financial costs to it, and the fact that it was more personal, it was special.
We hope you have enjoyed our special day, and we thank you so much for being a major part in helping us reach our dreams. I hope this story inspires you to reach your dreams. Remember, dreams do come true. Thank you for helping, watching, and for being a part of our ultimate wedding. What did you just tell me?
Did you realize that the photo shoot that I'm taking is on 8/16? And the wedding date that we chose is 8/16/16.
Seriously?
And by coincidence, they're both on 8/16.
That's crazy.
So tell me that that's not our lucky date.
That is definitely our lucky date. Wow.